I had fun.
Hmm.
But then when I went to university, that's when I started with, I started training with a coach there. And he was the one who saw something in me. He was the one who started me on weight training and honestly, training with weights. That's when
Okay.
everything kicked in. That was what I was good at. And
Right.
so anything that was related to weight training, I started to excel in. And that's why I became a good sprinter, shot putter, thrower. And then, of course, powerlifting came along. And that was arguably my best sport because I was
Hmm.
never beaten in a contest by
That's
anyone
amazing.
in any contest, whether it was, state level, national, or the world championships.
And this is
So
for Australia, right?
yeah, I competed for
Yeah.
Australia. I
Hmm.
won 6 world powerlifting championships.
Amazing.
And broke a lot of records, a lot of world records, and I held the bench press world record up until I think it was 1998. I set it in 1981,
That's amazing.
and it stayed up until excuse me, up until that time. So my real, I guess, my real sports were track and field to a level, and then powerlifting, and then obviously, about the bodybuilding
Right. Well,
career.
what were your events in the track and field, just to kind of get a sense of what you ran?
Well, when I was in high school, I loved the long jump. I was sprinting, of course. I always
Of
loved to
course.
run fast,
Hmm.
um, and long jump and javelin.
Oh, wow.
And I liked to throw a javelin because it was a spear,
Hmm.
and I'd always played as a little kid. I was always pretending that I was a Native American or a native of any kind. I just always loved. I loved survival, I guess. So it
Hmm.
was always a thing for me to be strong and brave. And I was always I always played the warrior. I loved ancient Rome, the histories, ancient Rome, ancient Greeks,
Right.
particularly the Spartans. The warriors.
Hmm.
It was just a fascination of mine. I always wanted to be a warrior.
Wow.
So as much as I could, I learned to shoot when I was a little kid. I did archery, bows and arrows, and I used to take my dad's garden stakes and throw them around the backyard. And so I
Hmm.
think I always had a really good arm. I could throw a ball a long way, and so javelin just appealed. So
That's
those
crazy.
when I started, but then as I got into it more, I had a lot of elbow problems because basically my technique was bad and I had a sidearm. So I developed what the baseball, a lot of pitcher's elbow.
Yeah.
It's when you throw sidearm instead of over
Hmm.
the top.
Right.
So I damaged the ligaments in my elbow, and my ulnar nerve was really inflamed. So that was the first surgery I had. Was they moved the ulnar nerve around. I don't have a funny bone here anymore
Oh,
because they've
wow.
moved the nerve
Oh,
and
okay.
tightened the ligaments.